Yo, what's up world? It's your boy Philochko here. You know that American dude with the incredible mood? That's me. And sorry I've been gone, I haven't made a video for a few days, and that's because I'm here in my new apartment in Novosibirsk putting things together. I just bought a PlayStation, got new speakers and all this stuff, and I'm just setting up in the city, getting comfortable here because I could be here anywhere for 1 through 6 months. So if you want to attend any of my classes in Novosibirsk, just check the links in the description and it will lead you to where you need to be in order to get lessons from me. And of course I got the matroshki in the background, those matroshki. I don't know if you can see them, but you see my matroshki. It was a present for somebody and I brought them here with me. And ever since I came here to Novosibirsk, I bought these cat earrings. They're like 2 cats. Now I know it's not common for men in Russia to wear 2 earrings, but I'm not Russian. I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from New York, so it's very common for black Americans to wear 2 earrings. But in this video, I don't only want to announce that I'm in Novosibirsk and that I'm going to be here for a while, I also want to talk a little bit about the importance of learning from a native speaker. Now, I've noticed something that a lot of schools do, and I'm not trying to mess with anyone's business, but it's important because a lot of Russian people aren't known for having the best English. They're known for having weird and strange accents. And a part of the reason why they typically have these weird and strange accents isn't because the languages that we have, like English and Russian, is not only that they're so different, but it's also because of the way Russians learn. One thing Russians say about when they learn school is that the teachers are very strict and they shame you for making mistakes. No one should ever be shamed for making a mistake. I make mistakes. Listen to this video. I've made mistakes. And I'm a native speaker. It's normal that we make mistakes. But the thing is, when you make a mistake, you should be corrected. And as you're corrected over and over again for that mistake, you will naturally get it better, okay? So shaming people when they make mistakes when speaking English is not a good idea. Correcting them is a good idea, and that's absolutely fine. But another problem people have is that once they reach the intermediate level, they start learning from native speakers. Now, in Russia, a lot of companies use the term native speaker for someone who speaks English and is not from Russia. So like any foreigner who speaks English is a native speaker. That is not a native speaker. A native speaker is a speaker who comes from a country in which English is the first language. Especially America, Britain, England, maybe even Australia. But other than those 3 places, I don't know many other common or good places for you to learn English from a native speaker. Those are the main 3 countries that these people should be citizens of. They should have the passport. If they don't have the passport of one of those 3 places, they're most likely not real native speakers, because a lot of other countries in which speak English, they speak a very different type of English with a very strange accent. Not saying it's bad, but they speak it with a different accent and they're not really native speakers. And if they are native speakers, the way they speak English in certain countries isn't the way most people want to speak it. So when you're trying to learn English and you want to sound American or you want to sound British or maybe even Australian, I don't like British either, but I understand some people want to sound that way. You need to learn from a citizen of that country once you reach the intermediate level. When you're at the beginner level, you can learn from anybody. Actually, when you're at the beginner level, you should learn from somebody of your country, from your country's origin. Because at that point, you need to learn from someone who can explain to you in both languages. You need to learn in your home language and you need to learn in English at the same time when you're a beginner. Both languages are important. But once you're an intermediate, when you only need English, immediately it's time to learn from a native speaker. And if you're in Novosibirsk and you want to learn from a native speaker with a goddamn American passport and actual freaking... I'm sorry, but it just kills me how I've been all around Russia and like I hear, oh, we have native speakers here. And I'm like, oh, really? Let me see. I'm like, hey, and this guy's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's not a native speaker, but anyway. They do their jobs. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're good at what they do. That's not what a native speaker is. But if you want to come learn from an actual native speaker, the Benedict School here in Novosibirsk, I'll be there. I'll help you out with your accent. That's my #1 thing. I want to help people to pronounce things properly, more than American fashion. I don't know anything about the British fashion. If I know anything about And maybe if my school, at the Benedict school, we get a real good British English teacher, I'll let you guys know. But until then, if you want to learn some American English, you know where to find me. So learn from a native speaker once you're an intermediate, or else you might have an accent like a Russian or like some other country for the rest of your life. It's up to you. And I'm having fun here in Novosibirsk. Hope to see you guys in my classes. And that's basically it, guys. You know what the guy says at the end of my videos. Well, actually, he's not going to say it this time. I'm just going to end the video.